Hey, thanks for checking out Brian Kaplan Music and this series of lessons. Over the years, I've had students come to me. They got an electric guitar somehow, maybe as a gift. Maybe they were lucky and they found one at a flea market. Or maybe they just saved up money and they were able to get themselves one. And at this point, they have no idea what to do with the instrument. They'd like to get started, but they don't know where. You go to look at tutorials, guitar tutorials on YouTube, and there's always a certain amount of information that they expect you already know. And that can become overwhelming. So the way that I'm approaching these lessons is both as a teacher and as a student. As a teacher, I think of all the things that should be taught, in my opinion, and the order that those things should be taught in. As a student, I have found over the years that there are things I wish I had learned earlier that would have affected my playing, my musicianship overall. So one of the very first things that I think you should know is how the guitar works. What are the different parts of the guitar? What do they do? Like any tool, you would never just pick it up and start using it without having an idea how it works. So I'd like to go over the parts of the guitar with you. Again, you'll find that if you understand how the guitar works, you can be more musical with it. You can get the most out of the instrument as possible. So there are three main parts of the guitar that I'm going to go over with you. The first part is the body of the guitar, where the electronics are. The second part of the guitar is the neck. And the third part of the guitar up here is the head or the headstock. One of the first things that you should be aware of is the output jack. The output jack is where the instrument cable or the guitar cord is going to come out of the guitar and go into the amplifier. This piece right here is called a bridge, and you can see there are grooves here to help keep the strings apart. On some other guitars, these saddles will actually be separated. This is where the strings come through the guitar when you're changing the strings. Sometimes you'll see this kind of bridge where it doesn't move, and sometimes you'll see bridges that have different pieces attached to it that you can adjust. And these pieces right here are called the saddles. The saddles are the part of the guitar that the strings sit in, which helps keep them separated. One of the things about the bridge and the saddles, which is important for you to know, is that you can use it to adjust how high or how low the strings are. That's very important for ease of playing, to be able to play the way you want to, the comfort of the guitar. The next thing I want to point out is we have these magnets underneath the strings. These are called pickups. And because they're magnets and because the strings are metal, it feels the vibration of the strings. Now, some guitars have two pickups. Some guitars have one pickup. Some guitars have three pickups. What is the point of having multiple pickups? Well, each pickup hears a different part of the string. The pickup which is closest to the neck, called the neck pickup, when that pickup is on, it gives the guitar a very mellow sort of acoustic sound. So again, that pickup which is closest to the neck is called the neck pickup. The pickup which is closest to the bridge is called the bridge pickup. When that pickup is on, you hear a very bright sound. And that sound is good for different kinds of music. You might use that as like a country. You might use that maybe as a funk sound. That sort of thing. Sometimes it's too bright. It depends on what it is you're looking for. Now, one of the other things that you can do is you can blend the two pickups. On this style of guitar, we have a three-way switch. When it's all the way up, the neck pickup is on. When it's all the way down, the bridge pickup is on. And when it's in the middle, both pickups are on. And you can get something like this. Which in my opinion is where I would leave it most of the time. Now, having said that, you might find that you want to get that twangy bridge pickup sound, but it's a little bit too bright. So what we have in the guitar is what's called a tone knob. The tone knob brightens and darkens the sound of the pickup. So if I like that bridge pickup, but it's just a little bit too bright, I can roll the tone knob down and I can darken the sound of that pickup. as bright, it gets a little bit darker. And that is also useful depending on the style of music you're playing. Let's say you want to play jazz. So a lot of times jazz guitarists will use the neck pickup and they'll turn that tone way down to get a very dark kind of a vocal sound. Now again, I didn't really learn that until years after I started playing. I just, wherever those knobs were, that's where I would pick up the guitar and start playing. Had I known that earlier, I could have been more musical. Now, another knob on here, which is very important, is the volume knob. It seems pretty obvious what that does. It lowers and raises the volume. Now, there are other things that you can do with the volume knob. I'm not going to get into all those techniques, but you can do things like swells, turn the volume all the way down, play the note. And there's other reasons why you would turn the volume knob down other than just to quiet the guitar, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So those are the different parts, the body of the guitar. There are some other styles, which I'll show you now. You may have this style of guitar, which is a Fender Stratocaster style guitar. Something else you'll notice is that this guitar has 3 pickups: a neck pickup, a middle pickup, and a bridge pickup. Since there are different combinations of pickups, you have what's called a 5-way selector switch on this. When it's all the way up, just the bridge pickup is on. When it's the second position, you have these 2 pickups on. When it's in the middle position, just that pickup is on. 4th position, your middle and bridge pickups are on. And when it's all the way down, just your bridge pickup is on. Now, since you also have 3 pickups instead of 2, this style guitar has 2 tone knobs. One for the neck pickup, and then one which affects the other pickups. Another very common setup that you'll see in terms of the electronics and the layout on the body is the Gibson Les Paul style of guitar. Now, this guitar has, again, a fixed bridge and individual saddles. You'll notice it only has 2 pickups, a neck pickup and a bridge pickup, but the pickup selector switch is here at the top. And same idea, when it's all the way up, the neck pickup is on, middle is both pickups, all the way down is bridge pickup. This guitar gives you a lot more control than the first 2 I showed you. You'll notice that there's 4 knobs here. So if your guitar has 4 knobs on it, it's a Les Paul style guitar. Each pickup has its own volume and its own tone. By giving each pickup its own volume, you have more control over how those pickups are blended together. So 1 volume and 1 tone for the neck pickup, and 1 volume and 1 tone for the bridge pickup. Another important part of the body of the guitar, which I did not have on the first guitar just because of the style of it, is this down here. This plate is called a pickguard, and what it does is it just protects the body from the guitar pick. It keeps the body from being damaged. Pickguards come in all different colors, all different shapes. Again, in the first guitar I showed you, my Paul Reed Smith, there was no pickguard on it. Okay, now the next part of the guitar I want to talk about is the neck of the guitar. The neck of the guitar has, in the front of it, what's called the fretboard. A lot of times if you look at the guitar from this side, you can see where the fretboard is. It's usually, there's a different color, it's a different wood. You can see where that fretboard is. The fretboard has on them these vertical wires, these wires that go up and down called the frets. Now the frets are raised up. So when you press down on the string, you're not going to press down on the fret, you're going to press down behind the fret. So if you imagine, looking at my finger here, if you have the string pushed down behind the fret, it creates a new starting point for that string. In other words, when I don't when I don't push down on the fret and I just play the string, I'm hearing the length of string from here to here. If I want to shorten the string, I would push down behind one of the frets. And the shorter the string, the higher the pitch. If I push down here on the 12th fret, I'm only hearing the string from the bridge to where my finger is. On the side of the guitar, a lot of times on the side of the neck, you'll see these dots. On the fretboard itself, you may see dots here as well. On this guitar, they're birds. But those are called fret markers. And the point of those is to be able to quickly know which fret you're on. For instance, on most guitars, the second dot is the 5th fret. The third dot is the 7th fret. And the 12th fret almost always has 2 dots on it, which you could see on the side of the neck, but again, on this guitar, there are birds. Let me show you what that looks like on a couple of other guitars. So the next part of the neck I'd like to talk about is this right here. This is called the nut. The nut can be made out of different materials, plastic, bone, but regardless of the material, they all do the same thing. The point of the nut is to separate the strings and keep them the right distance apart from each other. Now I want to talk about the head or the headstock of the guitar. The headstock of the guitar contains these, which are called tuners or tuning machines. Here they are, tuners, tuning machines. And what they do is they tighten and loosen the string. Now imagine my hand represents where the note is in tune. Now, if the pitch is too high, I need to bring the pitch down. I need to lower the pitch to have it in tune. If the pitch is too flat, I need to tighten that string to bring the pitch up. Now, I'm going to talk more about intonation in my next video, but for now, I'll just give you a quick demonstration of what that sounds like. If I turn the tuner and I loosen it, you hear the pitch go down. And if I tighten the tuner, it'll bring the pitch up. Again, I'm going to talk more about tuning in the next video. So those are the parts of the guitar. From electric guitar to electric guitar, you may see different combinations of pickups and volume knobs, tone knobs, and selector switches, which I'm going to show you a little bit now. If you have any questions or comments, or there's something you would like me to cover in another video, please put that in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Brian Kaplan Band, where in addition to other lessons, you can check out some of my original music. Thanks a lot.